If you were forced to take your sibling's place in a life-changing decision, like marrying someone they abandoned, would you risk living a lie for your family's sake? Or would you confess the truth, even if it meant losing everything? Tell us your choice in the comments, and let's see if Lily, our heroine, makes the same call. If you love stories of resilience, reclaiming justice with style, and rediscovering your worth, hit that subscribe button for Graceful Revenge now. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Let's dive into the power of elegant revenge and life's deepest lessons together. You're Claire today, Lily, or we lose everything. Diane's voice cut through the hum of St. Augustine's Cathedral dressing room, her nails digging into my shoulders. The mirror reflected a stranger in an ivory gown, lace and silk clinging like a lie I hadn't chosen. My fingers quivered as I adjusted the veil, its threads glinting like a trap. At 23, fresh from art school with dreams of painting murals that bared hidden truths, I never imagined my life would start with deception. My name was Lily, but today I was to become my sister Claire. Diane's eyes, sharp with mascara, held no mercy. Claire, 3 years older and the family's golden star, had vanished 2 days ago, leaving a text. "Lily, I can't do this. I'm sorry." Now, I was to marry Nathan, a blind tech tycoon whose name ruled boardrooms and headlines. "Why me?" I whispered, the organ's hum swallowing my words. "Cancel?" Diane's smile was ice. "Nathan's wealth is our salvation. You owe us, Lily." "Oh way, my leash since childhood. I owed them for being second-born, for not being Claire, for choosing art over Dad's failing real estate empire. Now, I owed them a marriage to a stranger. For 6 months, I'd played Claire on every call with Nathan. Claire, tossing her golden curls, said she couldn't deal with a blind man. "It's creepy," she'd scoffed. Diane's glance said, "Do it." So I mimicked Claire's flirty laugh, her chatter about parties. I learned Nathan's world: black coffee at dawn, jazz on Sundays, deals into the night. His voice, warm and steady, stirred my heart. Each call deepened my role, and Nathan never suspected. Or so I thought. "Smile," Diane snapped, adjusting my veil. "The live stream's on Nathan's company channel. Millions are watching. Don't fail." My chest clenched as the organ swelled, and the cathedral doors opened. The aisle was a tightrope, Nathan at its end, tall, composed in a black tuxedo, eyes closed, face calm, as if he heard the world's pulse. His cane was a prop, his presence commanding. My heels clicked, dread pulsing. What if he knows? The vows blurred. I said I do under the cathedral's dome, my voice steady despite the storm within. Nathan's hand found mine, warm, gentle, sensing my fear. The crowd, moguls, socialites, cheered, blind to the lie. Diane beamed from the front row, a victor's mask. The reception, in a ballroom overlooking city lights, glittered with chandeliers and champagne. I sat beside Nathan, picking at my plate, each bite a test. He was quiet, head tilted, listening beyond the clink of glasses. His fingers grazed his wineglass, precise, catching my uneven breaths, my restless shifts. "You're nervous," he said, voice low, slicing the chatter. His eyes stayed closed, but his words pinned me. I forced Claire's laugh. "Big day, you know?" "Your voice is softer," he said, unsmiling. "Less polished." My fork froze. "Champagne," I mumbled, heart racing. He leaned closer, whisper sharp. "No jasmine, Claire's scent. It's lavender, isn't it?" The room spun. "Deny it." "Wrong bottle," I said, eyes down. His silence roared. He didn't push, but I felt him unraveling my mask. Does he suspect? The limousine to Nathan's estate was a silent cage. City lights faded, pines and Lake Crestwood's shimmer rising. I twisted my gown, the diamond ring heavy as a chain. You're afraid, Nathan said, tone probing. Your breath. It's not Claire's. He knows. I clung to the lie. Long day, Nathan. I'm me. His fingers tapped the armrest. A countdown. The estate appeared. A glass and stone masterpiece. Windows glowing. Inside, cedar and leather scented the air. Nathan led me to a dining room, a chandelier warming a table for two. He sat, precise despite blindness. Our first call, he said, voice pointed. Remember it? Claire had ditched the calls after a month, calling them boring. I didn't know the first. Sure, I said, forcing a smile. Your main cabin, right? His lips twitched. Close. I mentioned the cabin. You said you'd paint the cliffs. Claire called painting a waste. Walls closed in. I opened my mouth, mute. Nathan leaned forward, soft. Anything to tell me, Lily? My name, not Claire's, hung like a blade. My eyes burned. I don't know, I whispered. Take your time, he said, eating as if the world hadn't cracked. Has he unraveled me? Rain greeted morning, my deception heavier. The guest room, my haven, was stark, white linens framing a lakeview window. I slipped into jeans, avoiding my reflection. Downstairs, Nathan poured coffee, fingers tracing the counter. His ease made my chest ache. He deserved truth. I'll make tea, I said, voice faint, reaching for the kettle. Staff can, Nathan said, turning. I want to. I surprised myself. No sugar, lemon, right? He paused. You remembered. I notice. I heated the water to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, his preference, setting the cup on his left. A habit. Nathan reached, fingers brushing the handle, and froze. Left side, he said, tone unreadable. Your dominant hand, I replied, swallowing. Claire didn't notice. His voice was heavy. She'd leave it anywhere. Silence stretched, rain tapping. Nathan sipped, then said, Thank you, Lily. My name, gentle, urged confession. But Diane's voice hissed, Don't let him find out. Emma, Nathan's assistant, watched from the doorway, eyes narrowing. In her 30s, with a sharp bob and ever-present tablet, Emma had been with Nathan since his accident. She'd met Claire once. Now, her gaze pierced me. Claire, she said, voice clipped, you hated tea, called it for old ladies. I forced Claire's laugh. People change, Emma. Her lips thinned. Maybe. She left, her look a warning. What if she digs deeper? Weeks passed, the lie a tightrope. I ditched staff, dusting shelves, cooking, arranging Nathan's books, not to play Claire, but to prove I was more. His library, untouched since his accident 5 years ago, became my refuge. I cleaned shelves, fingers tracing novels and his notes. To Sarah for the laughter. To James, this changed me. Each note showed the man before darkness. Nathan found me there, hands dusty. Claire never came here, he said, leaning against the door frame. I set a book down. It needed care. It's beautiful. He stepped closer, fingers trailing a desk. My favorite place, before. What was it like? I asked, voice soft. Loud, busy. I filled silence with deals. Now I hear, like your hum when you're alone. My cheeks flushed. I don't hum. You do? He smiled. It's comforting. The moment was fragile, a glass on an edge. I wanted to confess, my name, my lies, my feelings. But fear held me. What if he hates me? Emma's voice cut in. Nathan, 3 p.m. call. She stood, eyes on me. Claire, into art now? You said it was pointless. My heart raced. New hobbies, I stammered. She nodded, unconvinced. Her suspicion was a bomb. How long until it explodes? A month later, Emma cornered me in the library, tablet in hand. We need to talk, she said, voice icy. I found Claire's old voicemail, sharper, not like you, and her emails. She hated painting. You mentioned cliffs in Maine. You're not her, are you? My hands froze on a book. Voices change, I said, forcing calm. Not like this. She stepped closer. Nathan trusts me. If you're lying, I'll tell him. Panic surged. I grasped truth. I was forced. My family's in debt. I didn't want to hurt him. Emma's eyes softened slightly. Prove you're not using him, or I go to Nathan. She left, leaving me shaken. What if she tells him? That afternoon, Emma was at her desk, scrolling through old emails. She paused on one from Claire, tone cold, unlike my calls. Her fingers hovered over her phone, Nathan's number glowing. I ducked away, heart pounding. Is she calling him now? Hours later, Diane and Claire stormed the estate. I was clipping roses when the door slammed. Diane marched out, coat flapping like wings of prey. Claire followed, heels clicking, confidence ablaze. Lily! Diane snapped, voice cutting. This ends now! I set the shears down, hands quivering. What's this? Claire's laugh was bitter. You're living my life, Lily. My husband, my house, my future. Step back. Your future, I shot back. You ran away, Claire. I needed space. Her eyes blazed. I loved Nathan, but Mom made it a contract. Then I heard about Crestwood's billion-dollar deal. I want him back, and the life I deserve. Diane stepped closer, venomous. You think gardening secures billions? Claire's his choice. You're the girl who let Dad's business die. If you'd helped, we wouldn't be here. Guilt stung. I'd refused Dad's firm, choosing art. His company collapsed, and Diane never forgave me. I was a kid, I said, voice low. I'm not your pawn. Nathan's not a prize. A shadow appeared. Nathan stood, cane tapping. Is that so? His voice was steel. Diane paled. Claire froze. Nathan stepped forward. Time for truth. My heart stopped. He knows. He turned to me. Lily, walk with me? I nodded, leaving Diane and Claire's protests. Is this the end? The lake path was quiet, water mirroring bruised clouds. Nathan's hand rested on my arm, steps steady. Silence pressed until he spoke. I knew you weren't Claire from the first week. I stopped, breath catching. How? He chuckled, warm. You laughed at my puns. Claire didn't. You asked about my music, books. You cared. The tea, always left, perfect lemon. Tears stung. Why stay silent? He faced me, eyes closed but open. I needed to know why you stayed. Fear, duty, or me? Fear, at first, I said, voice shaking. Diane gave me no choice. Then I saw you, your kindness, strength. I stayed because I couldn't leave. His hand found mine. And now? Truth poured out. I'm Lily, not Claire. I stole her voice, her life. But every meal, book, smile, they were me. I love you, Nathan, for you, not money. Silence. I braced for rejection. He squeezed my hand. I love you, Lily, not a role. You. Tears fell. I'm sorry. Don't be, he said. You stayed. That's enough. Claire's voice cut through. Nathan! She'd followed, eyes wet. I was wrong to leave. I loved you, but I was trapped. Give me a chance. Nathan turned firm. You ran, Claire. Lily stayed. I choose her. Diane's shouts faded as we walked. But what if Emma speaks? 3 months later, Nathan was offered a risky surgery to restore his sight. Odds were grim. 30% success, 10% chance of complications, including memory loss from a blood clot. He didn't waver. I want to see the world, he told me. But mostly, you. The surgery was at Crestwood Medical Center, tied to Nathan's billion-dollar deal. Diane and Claire reappeared, claiming support, their eyes greedy. I ignored them, focusing on Nathan. The night before, in his library, I read a poem of light and shadow, my voice faltering. I saw us there, weeks ago, his hand on mine as I read, his smile soft. If he forgot that, what was left? "If I don't remember," he said, "promise you'll stay." "Always," I said, clutching his hand. The surgery stretched 9 hours. In the waiting room, my hands, scarred from clenching, quivered. Emma stood across, tablet clutched. "If he wakes," she said, "I'm telling him." He deserves truth. I wanted to beg, but my throat locked. What if she's right? The nurse called me in. The room was stark, monitors beeping. Nathan lay there, bandages half off, chest rising faintly. His eyes, pale green, like sea glass, blinked against light, open after years. He scanned, disoriented, then found me. I braced for Claire's name, for a stranger's gaze. "Lily," he whispered, voice cracked but sure. "I heard you, in the dark. You painted cliffs, blue and wild." Tears fell. "How?" "I dreamed you," he said, hand trembling toward mine. "Your voice, your laugh, it held me here." Emma stepped forward. "Nathan, she's not—" He cut her off, eyes on me. "I know she's Lily. I chose her." The room stilled, my lie dissolving into truth brighter than his sight. I saw us in the library, my poem, his smile. That memory lived, and so did we. A year later, we stood on our Oregon cabin's porch, pines whispering, lake rippling. We'd left the city, trading Nathan's empire for Solace Haven, a retreat for the newly blind. I taught navigation, guiding students through trails by sound and touch. Nathan led music workshops, his piano weaving hope. Leo, a 15-year-old who'd lost his sight in a crash, arrived angry, refusing help. I taught him to hear wind shifts, feel Earth's vibrations. Nathan showed him a simple melody. Weeks later, Leo walked to the lake alone, grinning. "Miss Lily, I did it." At a Haven recital, Leo played his melody before students. Nathan and I, watching, hands clasped. His notes, hesitant then bold, echoed our journey. Darkness to light. Diane vanished from our lives. Claire sent a letter, apologizing, seeking her path. I forgave her for me. My family was here. In Leo's triumph, Nathan's music, our truth. By the lake one evening, Nathan asked, "Miss the old you? The one who hid?" I smiled, hand in his. Number she was a shadow. This, us, is light. He kissed me, the world aligning. Our love didn't need eyes, only the quiet trust of hands held in the dark. Wow, what a ride! When did Nathan really know Lily's secret? Should she have forgiven Claire's betrayal? What if Emma had exposed the truth? Comment below. Join our Discord to debate your favorite character and vote. Can love beat any lie? Like, subscribe, and check our playlist for another shocking betrayal. Next week, a darker family secret. Don't miss it.